may I ask you something? And I say, yes, of course. And he says, do I have a chance? And I say, I don't know. Boom, disconnect.
You said, I don't know.
I say, I
And
don't
you
know. I'm
disconnected
the worst.
on purpose?
Yes, because after that, I couldn't handle the situation. It was too much for me.
Hey everyone, I'm Alex and I help nerds with their dating anxiety. Today I bring you Lud, a nerd who found her player too, and we're going to talk about how they ended up together. The idea is to address some of your questions, dispel some myths, and hear about the many different ways that nerds can find real relationships. Now, I consider Lud to be one of the top nerds that I know. So just to give you an idea, we met at the Tolkien Association, where we basically just met to talk about Lord of the Rings and to sort of spread the work of Tolkien. But also we have played RPGs together. She likes anime and manga so much that she learned Japanese, and she can actually watch anime and read manga in its original language with no subtitles, no dubs. So it's my pleasure to bring you Lud today. Lud, thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me, Alex. It's a pleasure. And I hope this interview helped a lot of people to get their player too.
Thank you. So where does your story start?
Well, our story started many, many years ago. I just moved to Buenos Aires. I live in a small country town, and I was in love of the Lord of the Rings. So the first thing I did when I moved to Buenos Aires was try to find people that also like the Lord of the Rings and Tolkien and all the stuff. So that's how I get into the Tolkien Association, and I met a lot of people, and I made a group of friends, and we start to walk around Buenos Aires, and they show me many places like museums. We went to concerts. We went to movies together because I was new in town, and that helped me a lot, to fit in.
So you got to the city. You were new to the city, and you actually searched. You didn't Google because there was no Google back then. You Yahooed.
I did Yahoo. Yeah.
So you went on Yahoo and you were like, I wonder if there's other nerds like me in the city.
Well, I didn't consider myself a nerd at that time. I just wanted to know if there were more people that liked The Lord of the Ring, because in my town, we were only three. Me, my friend, and her father, who was the who managed the library of the town. So there must be more people, and I found this amazing group, and we form a group inside a group that we have similar ages, and we everybody worked and study, because I moved to Buenos Aires to go to college, and my priority was college. So we have similar hours, and we spend weekends together. We went to cinema, again, museums, concerts. So in between this group was Mati, and we were really good friends. And
so when you joined the groups, you were not looking to date.
No, I just was. I was looking for friends because I was alone in a new city, and I needed friends. So, in fact, the first time I met him was during there was an opening night for a bar that was a Tolkien relating theme, and my friends invited me, and I said, okay, let's go. And we went there, and I saw him, and we interact, we introduce each other and introduce the other friends, and it was a really cool night. A lot of Tolkien, a lot of fantasy. It was really great. I met a lot of people that night. This was in March. The opening night of this bar was in
Right.
March,
So
sort of
that's when we met him.
April.
And when you met him, what did you think? Do you remember?
I said, "Wow, this is cool guy. Yeah, he's a cool guy, interesting guy." Yeah,
Was that there's
yeah.
something in particular that you were like, I like this thing, or
No, well, I was wearing a very let's say
revealing?
a pant. No, a pair of pants that I paint myself with flame or fire. Very yes, and I really love that. And he says something about that, and I say, "Huh, cool. Okay, let's move on." And
But so hang on, because I think so.
I don't remember exactly what.
But like he was it like a pickup line that he said, and you were like, "What's going on?" Or what is that reaction that you were
I I
saying?
I don't remember the exact word.
But it
He says
caught your
something
attention.
yeah, he got my attention. Oh, he noticed that. It could have been something like, "Did you make those?"
Right. So something about what you
Okay.
did with all the paint.
Yes, something that about how what I was wearing that was interesting. I said, "Oh, he noticed that. Oh, yeah, thank you. Wow." Uh, and well, again, then time passed, and I remember saying that they were talking about the Chinatown in Buenos Aires, and I say, "Oh, I never went to Chinatown," and he says, "Oh, I want regularly, so do you want me to go with you?" "Oh, yes," I say, "Yeah, let's go." So we went there. It was this I remember, December 27th. It was one of my cousin's friend birthday.
You went
I
just with
I
him.
went to the Chinatown. Yes, just with him. I thought other people were join us, but at the end was only us.
So you didn't think it
And
was a date. For you it was like just like
exactly,
going out with
no,
my regular
just
group of friends. He's part of the group of friends.
exactly.
So
Yes,
and he
yes.
never specified. He never said you and me. He said, "Do you want to go?" And you said yes.
Exactly.
Done.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And there is a very, very nice tea house in Chinatown, Buenos Aires. And he invited me there. We have tea, we have a cake, and we talk about what we usually talk movies, books, history. He's in love of ancient history, and I love ancient history too. So we talk about that, and then we walk through Chinatown, the different supermarket and stores that are there.
So I want to pause you for a
Yeah.
second. So one of the things that I insist on is that you should go somewhere where you have people that have a similar interest to you, but to
Hmm.
actually build a connection, you have to get out of that container, maybe
Oh
physically
yeah.
and or like the topic of conversation, right? Like
Yes.
we met, and same with the rest of your friends, right? So we went to the Tolkien Association. We talked sometimes about Lord of the Rings, but
Hmm.
until you start talking about other things, you don't really start building a relationship.
Exactly. That is the key to not only to build a relationship with your significant other, but also with people that is around you. You need to open and be fairly talk about your interests and listen about the other interesting, because maybe you don't know that you like. For example, I didn't know heavy metal music until I moved to Buenos Aires, and they showed me, and I said, "Oh my god, this is
We
fantastic!"
corrupted you.
Uh, yeah, well, maybe, but I have never listened to, I don't know, Nightwish before, and suddenly I found all that music and all that world that was amazing, and that is how you say you need to be open to learn new stuff and uh, be be confident in the other people. They will. show you new stuff, and you can show them new stuff too. And that's the thing, because as long so they talk about, for example, heavy metal music. I'll show them everything related with Argentinian folklore
Yeah.
that I knew a lot. So we interact and we share many things. So going back to that day, in some point, this was I remember and I laugh. In some point, we were looking at this and this store, different things that from China culture, and I said, "Oh, this is amazing!" And I feel something hit on my shoulder, and I said, "Whoa!"
Let me guess, it was a
There's
hand.
a spider. Yes, it was a hand, but but it was a very gentle touch. Like you're trying to grab someone's attention to show something in Argentinian culture that is very common.
It was a very gentle
in
spider.
Argentinian, it was a very gentle spider, but I thought it was a spider, and I'm afraid of a spider.
Okay.
So I jump. Whoa! I said, a spider. There's a spider, and he say, "What?" And I understand. Yes. So, oh no! Oh my God! There's a spider! There's a spider! There's a spider! There's a spider! End of the day. So we walk a little bit more, and he walked me to the bus station. I think, or I don't remember. He took the same bus with me. I don't remember, because my brain just freeze upon the spider.
Yeah, those are spiders. So no more romantic stuff. Actually,
nothing.
When you showed up to the meeting and there was no one else, what did you think?
Oh, nobody came. Okay.
But did he tell you, like,
because we were friends? No. I said, is someone else coming? And he said no. And I say, okay. Why? Because those type of encounters, let's say, were common in our group. Sometimes he went out to the cinema with other of the guys, and that was fine. And I didn't thought it was like a date. For me, it wasn't a proper date.
Were you attracted though at that time?
No.
Okay. So for you, it was like, we're just friends, totally friend zoned.
Yes.
Like, this is like, just he's showing me Chinatown because he's nice.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. For me, he was always like, he knows a lot about many things. So I always enjoy and still enjoy listening to him talk about whatever. And that's why I enjoy the time that we spend, because and that's why I was really excited about going to Chinatown with him, because he knew Chinatown and he knew a lot about the culture. So I learned a lot from him. And when
do you know his side of the story? Do you know his side of the story? Like,
no.
I'm just wondering if for him it was like, I'm taking her on a date, like I'm gonna try something.
I think yes,
because it sounds like the spider was actually him trying to
his hand.
Yes,
got my attention.
Okay. Sure, some people would say escalate, but okay, yes,
just like that. So okay. And then summer came. I went to Patagonia with one of my friends.
By the way, summer is January, February.
Yes,
it's
January, February. Yeah. Yes, in Argentina, yes. And he traveled abroad, and when he came back, the group decided to go out to a movie, and I couldn't join. So then he said, "Oh, I want to go, blah blah blah." He said, I can go with you." Okay, let's go. And I went with him. That was in one cinema complex, and then we went to another place to have dinner, because he said, "Have you ever tried sushi?" And I say no, and let's go have sushi. And we have sushi. And at that time we talk a lot. blah 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 blah. He talked about his trip. I talk about mine. Blah 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 blah, and the school and everything and work. And I have my hand. I talk with my hands, and suddenly I did this, and I hit it was a wall something, and I make a huge noise because I have a couple of rings. And he said, "Oh my God, are you okay?" He grabbed my hand. He tried to. I'm okay. I'm okay. It's just a punch. And he grabbed my hand and he was, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And I'm fine, Mati. Thank you. Okay, let's move on. I say, okay. And he looked really disappointed because I say, "I'm fine."
So basically, you still had no idea what was going on.
I have no idea. I have no idea. I'm one of those persons that I need to be told. And sometimes that is what you need. And that is what actually happened. A friend of us, she came to me and said, "Hey, I think Mati likes you."
That's like
and
high school stuff.
Yes, high school stuff. I say, "Me? Why me? No, that's not possible. It's not me. We're just friends, blah, blah, blah."
You still didn't like
him.
But
you like him. And she said, "But you like him." And suddenly, and I say, "I don't know." I say, "Do I like him?" And at that time, I realized, I said, okay. And I start thinking about all these past situation, and I say, "Oh," and I say, so something, the pieces start coming up together. And we still gather together with the friends, and I start looking at him in a different way, and I say, "Do I like him? Why do I like him? Why he likes me?" The first question is, why he likes me? I'm just me. I mean, I'm me. Why? He's so interesting. I mean, he could have, and he's cute. He's good looking, and say he could have anyone. Why me? See, sometimes I needed that question because I have never make myself that questions. And when I moved to Buenos Aires, again, I was truly focused in my career and making friends.
Yeah.
And try to survive. So I wasn't looking for anything. So I remember talking again with this friend, and she said, "Okay, he might ask you, he might say something on our next meeting."
Group meeting.
And I froze. Group meeting, yeah. So, and I froze. And I remember I went to the cyber cafe because I need to make some research. Of course, I opened the MSN, and of course it was there.
Just to clarify, cyber cafe is a very, very old place where people would go to use internet. Nobody had smartphones. Yes. Most people didn't have internet. We at my house, we did have internet, but many people did not have internet at their house, especially students. If they came from somewhere else from the city, you would be like either renting a house or staying in like a larger place with other students. You would probably not have internet, so you went to a coffee shop that had computers. That's what she's calling a cyber cafe.
Yes. So I was making my research for my assignment, and I opened the MSN, and he was there. And we start talking. I said, "How are you here? Blah, 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 blah." And I knew it was coming. I can feel that he was about to say something.
Through text, he seemed nervous.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I say, "May I ask you something?" And I say, "Yes, of course." And he says, "Do I have a chance?" And I say, "I don't know." Boom, disconnect.
You said, "I don't know"?
I say, "I don't know."
And you disconnected on purpose?
Yes, because after that, I couldn't handle the situation. It was too much for me. Yeah. I'm the worst person in the world.
So basically, he spent months trying to actually approach and have something happen and whatnot. And A, you didn't think that he liked you. B, you weren't sure if you liked him. And on top of that, when he actually said something, when he said something,
I say the truth. Wait. I say the truth. At
Sure.
that time, I say, I don't. For me, it was the truth. I'm a horrible, honest person. So I say, I don't know. How you dare ask me this question? It was like I was froze and I didn't know what to do. I say the truth and leave.
Was it an issue that he did it through text for you? Or it doesn't really matter?
Well, I think he did it because it was how he felt that time.
Yeah.
I know him, and I say that at that time he needed to say something, and it was at that moment was through text. But if we had been in person, I knew he would have to say it in person. Yeah.
But the fact that he did say it in text, did it matter at all?
No.
Okay.
No, not for me. In fact, it gave me time to really think about it and say, okay, I need to give him a fair answer. But before that, I need to really understand if I like him. And truth was that I did like him, but I didn't know that I like him until he said it.
Why? How does that work?
I don't know. I don't know. It was like, oh, I like him. Wow. Like that. And so I don't have the answer. I don't know how that worked. How it worked for me. I needed a friend to tell me, hey, he likes you.
And then him telling you that he likes you.
Yeah. And do you like him? So I need someone to plant that seed so I can start questioning myself.
Right.
And in fact, after that, past everything that I already say. And so we gathered that next Saturday
as a group,
and as a group to watch the extended version of the Two Towers of the Lord of the Rings and have pizza. And we already talked about there was some looks. I feel like nervous. I can feel he was nervous too. There was something in the air, something preparing. So I sat down and I look at him. He was looking at me and he said, may I sit next to you? And I say, of course. And I move and suddenly out of the blue, another guy came in. Oh, thank you. And sit down here next to me.
Fantastic. My chance.
What? I say, what? And so Mati goes like, okay. And in between us, it was this guy clueless about everything that was happening in between.
In between you two.
Yes.
Maybe not so clueless though. I'm just gonna throw it out there. Maybe not so clueless.
I don't know. For me, it was clueless. It was sit there.
I have seen some of those guys, and maybe it was not that clueless.
Well,
it was more like jealous.
I don't know. It was we watched the entire movie like that, and after that we decided to go for an ice cream.
As a group,
we went as a group. Yeah, not all of us. It was already late, and some of the guys leave outside Buenos Aires. It was around after midnight. It was after midnight. In Buenos Aires, you have ice cream shop open after midnight.
Yeah, you have everything open after midnight.
Yes. We were there and we were walking side by side and talking. Haha, see, good movie. So have the ice cream. We hadn't. It was really hard for us to make a moment to be alone. okay, without everybody notice.
Well, you're in a group situation, like it's a group activity.
Yes. So at some point, I say, okay, I'm going home, but I don't know where the bus stop is.
I'm going home, but I don't know how to.
I walk you. Exactly. I walk you. Oh, thank you. So the perfect moment came, and we were walking completely silent, but you could feel that there was something there. You just feel it. It was something in the air. So he say, can I hold your hand? And I say, yes. And we start walking together, and then everything just was so natural after that, and we start dating.
So no more
we've been
spiders.
together since then. No more spider. It wasn't a spider. It was a real hand this time holding mine, and we've been together since then. Oh, already 20 years now.
Nice.
Wow, sounds crazy, but yeah.
I love it because
20 years.
There's often, and I talked about this with the other interview, that there's often this debate of like, should you like go like try to escalate physically or like say something? And maybe people are like, no, you should never say something because then it loses the magic and whatnot. And I just love that he was trying to like get closer physically, and you thought it was a spider and ruined the whole thing.
Yes.
But and also that by him telling you, or at least a friend, but also then him telling you, it gave you time to sort of decide what you wanted to do and actually make it a conscious decision.
Yes, that is really important, because for in my story, it turns out that I really like him, but I didn't know. And then I have the time to properly think about that and give him a fair answer.
Yeah.
If the situation couldn't have been like that, and someone approached to me like roughly and didn't give me the opportunity to think, that frees me out, and I say, okay, this guy is crazy. I don't want anything, nothing around him. Bye. You won't see me again.
Yeah.
And properly think, and maybe if I didn't like him, I also wouldn't have the chance to think what properly say, sorry, thank you, I really appreciate you like me, but at the moment I don't have the same feeling.
Yeah.
That is also something that I really like about Mati. He is a gentleman, and he understands the situation. He can read the mood of the environment. There's other people that they are so focused in what they want and what they feel that they don't dare to think about what the other people is thinking. I saw many other guys approaching girls and other ways around that I say, come on, don't you see that she doesn't care or he doesn't care? And you're just scaring that people. You're losing that opportunity. Just it is wait. It takes a lot of courage to properly say the other person, I like you. That and what he did in his way, I have a chance. I know it took a lot of courage from him to properly say it. So I really value that. I was a horrible person, but I value him.
You are honest.
I'm honest, yes, and I value his courage, and that's why I took that time to properly think what I really want. I failed an exam, by the way, thinking about him and what I wasn't to say, because was that important was to me. That was the value that I give him, the courage that it took to him to say I like you.
Yeah.
Is not something that you have to take lightly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think quite often, like, I think it's twofold. I think it's both the fear of just being friends, and then like, oh, she's gonna think that we're just friends, and then nothing is ever gonna happen. Which, from your story, it's kind of the opposite.
Yeah.
And also, you were not giving any signals because basically there were no signals to give, to be honest.
Exactly. Exactly. And if he was giving me signals, I wasn't able to read them as a
Yes.
proper signals.
Yes.
And sometimes it's not about, for me, what they say or what they do is how I feel.
Yeah.
Again, that I remember that Saturday, I know something was happening. I know that something was going to happen because not only all the information that was carried, but I could feel that it was like when you hold your breath before the jump into the water, like that, something is happening. And it was a good thing. It was a good thing. And yeah. And the B side of the story is that this mutual friend prepare the ground for us.
Yeah.
She offers us a godmother, and he talked of me, saying that I don't know, but I want to think about this. So she said to him, she's thinking.
Yeah.
It's not that she hates you; she's thinking what to say, and she probably on Saturday you will figure it out. So he could sleep the rest of the night. I know that was for him it was horrible that I say I don't know.
So, just to close up, do you have any advice for nerds who want to find a player too?
There's always a player too. There's always a player too, and as long as you are confident with who you are and make that fair connection meaningful and respectful, and offering you in very, very truthful and transparent way. Don't try to be anything else and anyone else. You are what you are, who you are, and that's fine and that's perfect. And you don't need to be anyone else. It's just be true to yourself. Love you, and some player too will love you for who you are.
As
As
long as you,
happens to me, I didn't believe he likes me. Why me? I say, why me? There's a lot of other women out there. Why me? And I don't know, because he likes me.
I
That's it.
I would add, yes, be who you are as long as you accept who you are.
You have to accept you. Yes. If you don't love you, that's the first step. First, love you. Love every part of you, every single detail, every single thing that you love, you are. Love you. And then a player too will love you. Yeah. Have confidence. Yeah.
I love it.
Make connections. That's also very important. Have a group. And in our case, we have a friend that help us to connect each other. And maybe it's what you need, just a third person to help you. And
I
for
actually,
that, you need to make a connection. You have to connect with them. We have to go out there to places where you have same interesting, and meet with people.
I actually wanted to ask you, why do you think it's important to have a group of friends apart from having a partner? Because basically, I mean, what you're saying now and what you said before, there was a lot of emphasis of like the friends and making friends and meeting people apart from dating. Like, why do you think it's
Yes,
important to have a group of friends?
because for once, humans are not meant to be alone. We need to be in group, in a society, to properly develop the best of ourselves, to be a better people, to be a better person, to properly understand the other that is near to us, and make a powerful and meaningful impact in the rest of the society, in the world. uh, it's not good to be alone. I miss my friends. I miss to have this gathering now that I'm far from Argentina. And one of the first things that I did was try to make new friends with the same interests that we have, because it is really important to have that support
On top of your partner, because
up
you
top
moved with
of.
Mati, like
Yes,
you went overseas with him, and even though you already have him,
yes,
you still wanted to make
yes,
friends.
yes, because your partner is your best friend, but you also need to share with other people, because it is our nature. It is the human nature. We are not meant to be alone. And suddenly, from a friendship, you have a long relationship and a family, and that is the nature cause of the the human life. It is really important, and that is what you want to have. Not only a partner is for life, but the friends and the family are for life too. And for whatever reason you feel alone, you don't have family or whatever, you can go there and meet people and make friends. Just be honest, truth, and love you. That's it.
I love it. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Lud. This was amazing.
Thank you. Thank you, Alex. It was truly, truly wonderful talking with you about our story. And again, I hope this helped a lot of people. Yeah.
I'm sure it will. Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye, everybody.